modern cabin on it. And he told his wife, our daughter, you know, about it. And she said, would you buy this property?
That's the only thing I
So
remember.
we could move into the cabin, build a house behind it, and then you get your cabin back.
Mhm.
That's what we did.
Okay.
And then we
Thank you very
fast
much.
forward, you know, we moved to the cabin.
You're welcome.
They built their house, and so we got a compound
Okay.
with 10 acres, you know, and
Yeah, it's nice.
a modern house and a modern cabin on it. And it's the best thing we ever did.
Oh, I'm sure. And you got somebody there to
Yeah.
help you out. You can
Yep.
or help each other out.
And my granddaughter's gonna be in there, so we got,
Yeah, right there. That's nice.
Okay, we're underway.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You guys think it's cold in here?
I do. I do.
It'd be worse.
Yes,
it
out
could
there
be.
is worse.
Could be.
Could be hotter too. That's about as bad as being cold, I think. I'm not bad really, but
Okay. Good morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I guess, since it's the first meeting of the year, we need an election of officers today. Do we have any nominations?
You wanna keep doing it, Lauren?
Yeah,
Huh?
it's fine.
I'd like to nominate Lauren Hilton.
As chair?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd like to nominate Scott for vice chairman.
Scott Ayers, vice chairman. Any further nominations?
I'll second Bill's request.
Okay, we have a second.
Need to
Can we
vote.
close nominations?
I'll move a close nominations.
Second.
Okay, all in favor of closing nominations, signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Aye. So we have, Lauren Hilton slated as president and Scott Ayers slated as vice president. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Hearing none, vote is unanimous. Okay, next thing on the agenda is determination of the 26 meeting dates and times. Beth should have put
This here.
dates in your
Hopefully I did.
packet. And it's just this, our standard. I don't know if I can get it all on there or not. There we go. But I guess, I sent out an email a while back, discussing or asking if anyone wanted to discuss changing of the meeting time. Because we had, in 2025, we had 5 of our 8 meetings that were at least 15 minutes or more over delayed in starting. And, most of the time when we have a meeting, we have people from outside, have outside interest, a visitor or something here, to bring the project before us. So just wanted to throw that out there, if that's a consideration. You would like a different time. For your discussion.
Lady, any thoughts or ideas?
I'd like to leave at the same time and just, we'll try to
Get through our commissioner meeting quicker.
We could always recess commissioner meeting and come
Yeah,
back
we
after
could do
lunch.
that.
True.
It's one way to deal with it. Or we could go 1 o'clock or so after lunch, but
I would be inclined to leave at 11 o'clock as well.
Mr. Chairman,
Well-
you want a motion on that?
if we do that, will we recess the commissioners meeting to allow the drainage board?
Say that again.
If we decide to do that, keep it 11 o'clock, will we remember to recess the commissioner meeting to allow the drainage board to be done, advertised?
Surely
time?
one of you two guys can hit me and say it's time to let out.
Or we could just take a half-hour break or so.
Yeah, I think we could do that without any issue.
We could rush through the drainage board in
Mhm.
half hour or so, and then continue. Depends what the business is.
Typically, I mean.
Depends what the business is.
Okay, very good. We'll keep it at 11 then,
Did I need a motion?
or I guess you need a motion.
Is that your motion, Scott?
I'll make a motion that we accept the drainage board meeting dates and keep the meeting time at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Second.
There's a motion to keep the meeting dates as presented at 11 a.m., second meeting of the month, after following at 11 o'clock, or during commission meeting. That's the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
And I will make a motion that we accept and approve the drainage board meeting minutes from October 20th, 2025, as presented.
Okay, you have a motion made and seconded to approve minutes from the York County Drainage Board dated October 20th, 2025. All in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. And then December, September, October, November, March council. I wasn't here in November. December meetings. April 2025. The agenda says April 21st.
Yeah, I know, sorry.
Okay.
It's kind of like you get in the minutes and the agenda 4 times on Friday.
Well, we did have a meeting in December, is that, if I remember right?
No, the last meeting was October.
That was it.
October,
Okay, I
yeah.
missed that. I would have missed it.
Because there was no other
Yeah.
new
I
business.
just want to make sure of that. Okay, we're down to old business with the Dollar General. What's the
Okay.
update on that? Bob?
Okay, bring you up to date on that. After some communication back and forth with the Dollar General engineer over for the Camden site, they ran, their problem was that they ran an electric line underground to the building,
Oh,
and it was too shallow for them to dig this detention area adequately. Okay, so that's what their big hangup has been for several months. So they have proposed to me to basically do a two-stage detention pond, to detain up here and route it through a small pipe here that would then allow it to flow into the main detention area and out the original outlet that was planned. And in doing so, what it's allowed them to do is to raise the area of the detention area up enough that they've got
Yes, sir.
adequate cover over that electric line. They don't have to move the electric line. But in conjunction with that, they're gonna have to raise the berms along here and here to allow the detention pond to fill properly. So I gave them approval to go ahead and proceed with construction of this, modify their original plan, and then we will, once they have their construction completed, then we should get the as-built plans and be able to compare that to what they plan to construct and make sure that they build it properly. So that's where we're at right now with them.
The patent store's already been, that issue was taken care of
Patterns.
months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, so they just really drug their feet on this.
Too bad we don't have any more teeth we can put into that.
We're working on it. Okay. Any other questions on?
no, we didn't need to make approval of that.
No.
Okay. Just show us what you
Once they
come up
get
with.
back with it, then I'll ask for final approval.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is the private tile, damage that was done, on County Road 225 East at 7081 North. The property owner's name is Ryan Swayze, called me a few months ago, said that the Veritas contractor doing
Got Tom.
the
Fiber,
huh?
fiber.
Doing the fiber optic installation had tore through a tile vent on his property, and so I tried to contact the Veritas contractor, got hold of them. They said that they were aware of it. Mr. Swayze has been told, his story is that he's been told several times they were gonna come out and repair it, haven't done it. So he was requesting our assistance. And so I sent a letter to Veritas. I guess it is Veritas. requesting their presence here today. Obviously, they're not here. Since it's a private tile, we don't have, I mean, if it was a county-maintained tile, we could repair it and then charge them. I think we still could, but that's kind of Ted's bailiwick here. But I think we need to give this property owner some assistance. So I contacted the county highway department for their permit. And there's their permit. Ted asked about the date of expiration, and it's in July of 2026, so we've got plenty of time to pull their bond if we need to. And so I feel obligated to bring this to you and see how we need to proceed. My preference would be that we hire a regular county contractor that does tile work so that we know the repair is done properly for the property owner, and then back charge Veritas for the expense. Ted can go into how the mechanics of that might be, since it's not a county maintained tile. But like I said, I feel obligated to protect our citizens in these issues if they're coming to us for help, because they're not getting anywhere with them.
The stand tile is probably on county right of way, is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. That's why they have a permit, they have a bond, and
Not doing anything for Mr. Swayze, but I think that bond ought to be used to make the repair. I mean, ought to back them up.
I completely agree. We're here for the benefit of the citizens, not a company out of Indianapolis. And I don't even think we've reached the tip of the iceberg on damage that has happened throughout putting fiber, plowing in fiber around the county. I completely agree with your thought process. Take care of our citizen. Swayzes are fairly decent-sized farmers, and we should take care of them, in my opinion.
I've read your letter now, and it seems perfectly fine.
So if we need a motion, that would be my motion, to allow our surveyor to contract with a local contractor to fix the tile, and then charge.
The thing with this is that was good till July of this year?
yeah, July of 26.
So then that bond's out then?
Well, then, yes, correct.
Well, a lot of that's not gonna be found after that date.
Well, that's why we originally set up that all broadband companies would have a 3-year maintenance
That's what I
bond
thought, yeah.
put on them, but that hasn't been carried through.
This one's shorter than the 3 years, is
Just
it?
1
year.
year. They're all the recent ones are all 1 year.
The only saving grace is a lot of these companies are renewing because it's been a 3 or 4 or 5 year project. And so they're renewing every year, so they are, even though the damage may have been done back here, they're still posting bonds because they're still doing work. That's the only saving grace we potentially might have.
Well, the bond is particular to each project.
Each
To that
project.
area.
Okay.
So that would be out, probably.
Now, that's not to say we couldn't apply pressure to them if they're wanting to
Yeah,
work in this
cut 'em off.
county
Right.
Tell
in
them
the
all.
future.
Just say, yep, no, sorry.
I wouldn't think this would be an expensive repair.
It's not,
Yeah.
it's not, it's just a pain in their side.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal with it.
Well, I know up in my area that the TDS telephone pedals are all exposed or laying on the ground. Most of them are, because they just tore them up.
Yep.
It's up in my area. So need a motion to,
Is it the same company that let those?
it was Broadway Broadband did a good job, I think, generally speaking, at least
For
in
the
my area.
most part,
they
that's
did.
my experience, Broadway did a pretty good job. They've always informed us before they were going into the area. We communicated with them where our tiles are. Obviously, we don't know where the private tiles are.
No, you don't know.
But, you know, they've worked with us. The other companies, I can say the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the people that Broadway Broadband that I dealt with up in my area, they were kind of local people. Around the Kokomo area, that area, Indianapolis area. But the people who did it for, this Veritas or whatever it is, they weren't. Matter of fact, most of them you couldn't speak to. You couldn't speak English. So if you need a motion that we need to approve this letter to be sent?
No, that letter was already sent.
Letter was
You
already
seen it?
sent.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, this
They've
is,
been invited to attend.
All right.
They were advised to come here, they haven't. shown
they
up.
haven't, yeah.
Yeah, I think
January 12th.
what I would suggest the board do is authorize preparation of a letter to the, and if we need to send it to the bond company, we will send it to the bond company, but both to the contractor and to the bond company if necessary, that they failed to appear, you know, and so forth. And then, like I was telling Bob before the meeting, as long as I've been doing this, I've never been involved with a client that had to pursue a bond claim, except a performance bond on a construction contract where there was, a default of one kind, but not on a type of bond like this. So I've got to see the bond and see where we need to send the claim to. We may need to send a claim in to preserve the right to collect from the bond company. The bond company have their own adjusters. They'll look at it, you know. And the first thing they'll look at is the term of it. So I need to see the bond. But my suggestion is the board authorize this surveyor and the chairman of the board to take any action that I recommend that they do as the next step. We may have the chairman sign the letter. If there's a claim form, so maybe we should make it two parts. One, to authorize the chairman to sign a letter to be prepared by me for to the contractor and the bond company, and to make a claim if needed for the cost of the work. Now, I'm not sure we get to choose who does the work. That's another thing, but because this is not a county regulated tile. It's private tile. And that's something else. We may not be able to, because
That's right.
if the bond company pays for it, they'll be the one paying for the work. They'll be the one doing the work, not the contractor. I don't think they'll let the contractor do the work anyway. They'll get somebody else to do it. So, need a motion to authorize the chairman to sign a letter and/or a claim for this private property damage.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to allow chairman to sign approved letter to the bond company and to the contractor also. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
My only fear, because if we get in the weeds, if we continue getting in the weeds so deep, are we gonna run out of time to get this thing fixed? You know what I'm saying?
You gotta make the claim in time. The claim has to be in
I'm gonna
time.
get it fixed
Okay.
for a while,
See, I haven't seen the bond.
Well,
So
you've got
will
a
you have
copy
him
of it,
send
don't
you a
you?
Copy of the bond?
He's,
We've got it.
Bob's
We've
got a
got
copy
it.
of it,
I
yeah.
emailed it to Ted this
He
morning.
emailed it.
I found
He emailed it during the meeting this morning.
Hunter had sent it to me a while back. I wanted to make sure who I was talking to,
All right.
you know,
Sure.
when we started this.
Did you get that from Hunter? Okay, very good.
Is this the same company that cut Fulton's?
I don't know.
You don't know.
That I don't
TDS,
know.
though, wasn't
I
it?
would think it probably is a TDS because Ryan's location out there is not far from the Camden area, probably. So it might be,
Well, it's close
it
to
might be
their,
the same company.
close to their building, their station there, right?
That
Where
I
they
don't
used to-
know. I don't know what the location of the tile cut was. Do you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Is it close to their substation or
No,
what do you call that? It's not close there? I thought, the way I heard it was.
it's 225 east and 1,081 north.
7,081 north.
Yeah, 7,000.
So that'd be
Yeah, yeah.
north of 218.
Yeah.
I'll bet you anything it was TDS. Because that's north of
I didn't know they
218.
were doing fiber up there. I got a letter on it, but I'd never seen it. I thought what I saw
Hell,
was.
it could be one of 5 or 6
Oh,
companies.
could be, yeah, it definitely could be somebody else.
My question is, should I go ahead and get it repaired? Or do we?
Well, according to Ted, the bond company or Veritas or whomever, they may want their own contractor to do it.
We're not guaranteed we'll get a dime back if we do it ourselves. I mean,
Yeah.
on private property. I mean, we may not, but they'll have the choice of who they get to fix it or pay or reimburse us.
Well, my question is, then, I mean, if we went to Veritas and said, hey, it's $2,500,
Mhm.
we fixed it, here's the bill.
Mhm.
And if they don't pay it, then
Then
couldn't
we,
we just pull their? permit?
then we whack the bond.
Just pull their permit and say you're not doing it?
I've
you're
got to see
done?
the bond.
You could.
It's a legal document. It's a contract, and we've got to see what it says. I don't know that we can do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we can allow or disallow whoever
Or
we
just tell
want.
them you're not doing it anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can allow or disallow whoever we want.
Oh, yeah, further work, right, exactly.
You know, to me, my concern is, it's gonna take months to get that resolved. And in the meantime, you're doing damage to this fellow's private tile,
Yeah.
because it's certainly sucking dirt,
Right.
and not gonna be replaced this spring.
And
It's not gonna be
50,
replaced.
75, 100 yards down the tile, it could plug up.
and it's gonna be a lot more expensive. That's my concern.
I agree.
Have you looked at it?
I went by there, but it was snow covered, and, you know, I mean, the ground was all rough, you know. He knew he had a vent there and it was gone.
I was gonna say, we're talking another month and a half, 2 months, we're gonna get warm weather, and we get a wet spring, it can fill up pretty quick.
Just spread out the
Okay.
That's what I was talking about, a time issue to get it fixed. You know, we get in the weeds so far, it may not be fixed before there's further damage.
And, you know, my problem is then where do I pull that money from? Because I don't have a damn grant
So
for it.
it's private.
Yeah.
See, so
Okay. What do we do
we're
with that?
we're kinda in a catch.
How do we know that, Mr. Swayze's claim is valid?
We had no authority to sign that. That's a shock for me. So we probably could get out of
Sure.
that one if we wanted to. But I don't know whether Hunter wants to. Those are your copies.
Well, if nobody else has been digging in that area,
They did, we're just looking at this.
and he's got tile damage,
One sheriff one. I know, but we talked about these in the
You
meeting.
could get it relocated,
I just wanted to-
cable relocated.
The,
That would tell you.
well,
it's right
I
there.
do know,
what you sent me on the fairgrounds.
and I think it may have been TDS, or maybe it was Comcast.
Didn't have the.
They were doing their own locate.
Yeah, they were.
Comcast, they were doing their own locate,
Which is the Veritas, I think.
they didn't have a location number or
Anything that was in
anything,
the file.
because they were doing their own.
Who did?
They flagged it.
Miriam.
Yeah.
They flagged
No,
it.
we went through that
Yeah.
on our own. and
But they also did a lot of damage up there.
Not
fire.
for you.
None of the,
They never
Yep.
asked me for anything.
okay,
And you didn't know
Well-
either, but I wanted you to have it.
none of these have the red line on them. I looked through all of
Could have been copied and didn't get the color copy.
them. Do you have the
But probably
original
I
the
think
course
so.
of action would be best to
I don't know.
surveyors?
send them a letter.
I think so.
I think maybe in that letter, just say, we're gonna have this fixed by our own contractor, and see what their response is. I mean, tell them that we're gonna have our own contractor fix it, because, you know, we're not gonna let this thing fill back up with mud, and see what their response is.
Yeah, I don't know if you go ahead and fix it, and what's their obligation to pay for it then? Somebody's gonna get a bill, they could refuse to pay it, and they didn't order it. If we order it.
But
we're
they did the
responsible for it.
damage. I mean,
Yeah, they did
point
damage, that'd
blank
be-
is, they did the damage.
Might turn into a legal thing. Might cost more than it's worth. I don't know, just, you're talking about a big company and,
Okay. The bond doesn't have any detail other than continuing force until 8th of July of 2026. So I need, it doesn't have any details on making a claim on it. So I'll get with Bob after the meeting. I want to get the application that they signed and what it said, you know, the bond that this went. This is actually, refers to the document that they signed for the highway department, and that, now I need to see that too. And I'm familiar with what they've done since 2025, but I'm not sure what form. If they were using that old county highway form, they had their own forms that Paul came up with. And I don't know if that's one of those or not. I've got Paul's form, so do you have the, what they signed?
I do not.
Okay, we'll have to get that from Hunter or from Kelly.
Yeah.
So after the meeting, I'll give Kelly a call. We'll get that. This is a copy I could keep, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay. we'll do what we can. I mean, if the goal is to get it fixed, that's one thing, that may dictate one thing. If the goal is to get it fixed and get it paid for, that may require us to do, not to do it ourselves. We have to give the bond company notice that there's a problem. And they get with the contractor and they'll say yea or nay on the claim. But we engage the bond company, not just the contractor in this.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to, switch up the agenda from here, and since, Bowen Estates representatives are here, I'd like to go ahead and start with them. Okay, from their drainage review. Here's a site map. This is Bowen Estates Phase 1. Of course, here's Prince William. Here's 421. Over here, we're at the very south end of town. The Bowen Center, right here. And so, Mr. Rolakis is here. The developer doing, I don't remember how many lots in this area here. And this is phases 2, 3, and 4, correct? That come into this area. Essentially, since this is in the city limits, our issue here with the drainage board is concerning the Guilford drain, because they are utilizing it for their outlet to their drainage system. Okay?
For surface water, I presume.
I'm not sure I've got a good exhibit to show overhead. Do you have anything to kind of show the lot layout and the retention pond? Detention pond. We plan to have some ponds. Yep. Wet bottom ponds. Okay, very good. Okay, there's that phases 2, 3, and 4. The Guilford drain currently comes through here. You'll have an outlet structure here that drains into the Guilford. And then also has an additional pond over here. And I guess if you'd like to speak to it, Nigel?
Yeah, for sure.
Correct?
Yeah, so just an overview, there's approximately 200 acres that drains to the Guilford in this area right here. So that's why we have a rather large pond right now to help contain that off-site from the southeast coming through the site right now. Kind of helps slow that down. And then that off-site pond that you see just southeast of the subdivision, that's a twofold pond in terms of, one, slowing down an additional 50 acres, so we don't have, massive pipes through people's backyards trying to contain water to the pond. And it also helps with our dirt balance as well. So that pond serves two benefits for this development. But overall, everything drains to that one central big pond. We slowed it down to meet the release set by Bob here for the Gilliford drain, which eventually drains into Deer Creek. It kind of runs through the south part of the town. But yeah, there's 132 lots. We've worked with the city of Delphi and their review consultant to meet their standards. We're essentially looking for approval on release of stormwater into the Gilliford drain, which is why we're here today to present this project. So happy to answer any questions you may have.
Yeah, what'd you say about a foot of water? Did you just say something about that?
Foot of water?
Yeah, I thought I heard you say that, and it didn't fit in how I was thinking.
No,
Is this pond gonna be a permanent pond back there?
the one that's kind of to the southeast or the central pond?
Well, I guess I'm wanting to know what all that is. The triangular one down there now,
Yeah, that'll be a permanent pond. And that pond is going to be used to help slow down some of that farm field coming through the development. All that water is going to drain to that pond, and we're slowing it down. We also set it up for future development if, there were to be future development coming through, because we do have an outlet control structure on it to help maintain the flows coming in and out of that pond. But both ponds are permanent, correct?
and the other pond is in the center there of the lots?
Yes.
That whole thing is a pond there.
Yes. it's
And
a
that's
wet
gonna
pond.
be a permanent one too?
Correct.
Gonna be a little lake in there. for
Yeah,
'em.
yeah, more so a lake rather than a pond, but yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
I
And-
think you have what, foot of freeboard, from the 100-year storm up to where it'll start peaking out.
Correct.
And it'll overflow what direction?
It'll overflow towards the northeast corner of the property where it does today. So this is kind of unusual where we usually the outlet and the emergency route are in the same direction, but in this case, they're in opposite directions, just mainly due to the existing topography. Prince William Road, along the southwest border there, the road's kind of perched up, if you've driven on it, kind of perched up above the farm field, so it's too high for us to emergency route water if the pond outlet were to ever clog. So water would go actually to the northeast, and that's actually what it does today. So we're just mimicking what is going on today, and it's the best option for this development. And we keep our freeboard and meet the standards that were set here.
So that goes down on that northeast corner over the hill toward Hoosier Heartland. Would that be correct?
Yeah, I think it hits a tributary to Deer Creek first before it hits the Hoosier
Okay,
Heartland.
very good. Yeah. And then Bob, if you would, just draw a line on 200 North. If I see it correctly, the triangular, or the pond in the triangle is north of, I guess it'd be north of 200, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is 200,
Okay.
down here.
I'll put it in there.
Oh, okay.
This is Prince William.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, very good.
That makes more sense now.
Lights off right here.
Right where your pen is, Bob, is that where the water tower apartments are?
I believe that's correct.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right here.
Did I understand you're right about the 200 acres of agricultural ground?
Now, that's all this.
Correct.
Well, that would affect, you put that pond, I think it's a triangle there, to slow the drainage down? Is
Correct,
that-
yeah.
What kind of effect that's gonna have on on the farm community.
Well, it's gonna be
Yeah.
a positive valley, it doesn't have now. Otherwise, it's gonna overland flow until it eventually
Alright.
gets to the Gillum.
All right,
So it's.
How big's
it's
it?
gonna be a new-
how big is that pond?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's, let me see if I have it.
Because, I mean, up
It's
around,
about 400 to 450 feet per side.
so it's a pretty good sized
Pretty good
pond.
sized pond.
Yeah, so it's not the scale or whatever on it.
So,
And my concern is up in my area, a lot of people's added farm drainage, and the capacity is not large enough some places. And they keep adding it, so it creates problems for people down the road. So I just want to make sure we avoid that. That's avoided.
Yeah.
that would be in excess of an acre, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably so.
Get out the speed limit and put it on there.
Yeah.
Is there going to be more subdivision moving down there to the bottom right?
That's undetermined at this time.
I think eventually, yeah, depending upon demand, of course,
Possible.
Over time.
It's possible, but it's not in the cards right now.
right.
Pardon me, what'd you say?
It's possible, but it's not in the cards right now.
Okay.
There's a lot of lots here to go through and,
Oh, yeah.
and so much time in between, who knows what the, that the farm owners, will wanna do. They're my partners, okay? So all this area here that you're seeing it's that pond is, that extra pond is draining into, they're 100% in favor of this, cause it helps their property.
Okay.
And they're my partners in the development as well.
Okay.
So they're excited about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce you. This is Nigel Hensley. He's for him at Kimley Horn. And this is Greg Malakis, one of the property, one of the developers.
Okay. How's the lots? Are they filling up on the top ones up there?
It's been slow, but I think that's primarily just the economy right now. But, I was just talking to my son who runs the day-to-day activity. Right now, we have like 3 different people that we're talking to about building houses there.
Wonderful.
So,
How many homes
yeah.
do you have out there now?
Well, we've only sold one.
But you built several.
We built 5 other specs that are sitting.
And
And we have one other pre-sold contract that we are starting the house as soon as weather permits, and then we're talking to 3 others right now. So it's encouraging. Hopefully when the spring comes and interest rates edge down a little bit more and people get more confidence in the economy, we'll see it really take off.
I'm not willing to move when it's 5 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Just my personal
are
opinion.
you thinking of moving to Delphi?
No, I'd have to move off the farm, and I don't want to do that.
The activity for this time of year is encouraging. So it's coming.
Well, I think it's wonderful. I really appreciate you being here in the county and doing this, because I think Delphi has needed this for a long time, and it gives us an opportunity for a little more upscale community out that way, and we need that. I was involved with a subdivision that we built down just on the north side of Rossville, in back of what's now Dollar General out that way. And we sat on those lots for, seemed like forever. And then all of a sudden, whoom, they just went real quick. I always wondered what triggered that, but, I know that laying your streets and your surveys and your water and all that is expensive.
Yep.
Because I thought I was gonna drown for a while, but came out good.
So, I guess they're requesting that we approve the drainage, outlet for their facility. And I think, you know, after that, then what's the next steps with the city going forward?
So we have City of Delphi approval, which we got Friday evening.
Okay.
And then once Greg here is ready to move to Section 2, we'll schedule a pre-construction meeting with the surveyor's office, City of Delphi, anyone else who needs to be there, kind of game plan with the contractor what is going to happen in Section 2. So once we go to section, also I think important to note, we'll be back for each individual section to place the storm sewer infrastructure and the ponds into a legal drain, as recommended by Bob here. You could probably explain more, but since it does tie into the Guilford, we could place it into the county's legal drain.
Correct. I think it's been over a year ago. The Drainage Board approved going forward with creation of a legal drain in any type of development like this for the infrastructure within the development. That would include the pond, the any of the culverts, pipes, getting the water in and out of that pond. And rather than have the homeowners association maintain those, that infrastructure, we would have the owner petition the drainage board to have that created into a legal drain and assessed just as a legal drain, so that we can guarantee that the maintenance is going to be taken care of.
Okay, Bob, on this map up here, where's this legal drain gonna lie?
Well, the Guilford legal drain will stop here at the outfall structure for this pond. Okay, currently the Guilford goes on up, okay? But it's going to be terminated here, where the outlet to that pond goes, okay? So that would be the new Guilford drain, okay? Then there'll be a new legal drain that would encompass the pond and any drainage infrastructure going into the pond, okay? And that would be a new legal drain
Okay.
for this.
So every homeowner out there will be paying on that every year.
On this assessment,
Okay.
correct?
Now, your outlet drain going to the, right there to the southwest,
Mm-hmm.
how does it get from there to the Deer Creek?
Down across the football field.
Really, it's not very far to the north to the Deer Creek there.
No, yeah, but that's not how it goes. It goes through the football field, high school, all the way over to the cemetery and down.
Is there already an open ditch or a big drain?
That's
or-
a big pipe.
Right.
By the time you get down to that. It starts out here at 15 inch.
How,
I don't know. I think it's maybe a 60-inch pipe down there.
Wow.
60?
Yeah.
Wow.
how much will that lake in there, do you envision it going up and down in level through the year?
For a more common storm, the 10-year is what we consider that, the 10-year. We see that central pond.
Okay, right here, it says pond 2, the normal pool is at 606.5. The 10 years at 610.37, so it's gonna go up 4 feet after a storm, so it's gonna have that much detention capability, okay? And then your 100-year, 613.52,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
And then you've got the top of bank, which gives you your freeboard, is just almost a foot. Okay,
Okay, so it's gonna be normally at 608, but it could go, the top of the bank is 614.
correct.
So there's
A little over 8 feet.
8 feet of difference there, yeah,
Of 8 feet of elasticity, if you will.
Right.
yeah. 8 feet of water.
It's made to move up and down.
And you think it will go up and down all summer long? I mean,
Yeah, with the considerable amount of acreage coming to the site, there will be fluctuations in the pond level until whenever time in the future, the rest of it develops and slows the water down, you'll see considerable water movement a little bit. We did have to have a smaller orifice tying into the Gilliford since it is only a 15-inch tile. So our orifice is relatively small for this project just to help not overcapacitate the downstream pipe and cause problems for downstream properties. But with the addition of the offsite pond, it substantially helped this pond out in terms of slowing water down and controlling the water levels within the pond.
Have you done soils work to know where the groundwater?
Yes. Yeah, we did have a geotech pull some soil borings throughout the site and groundwater. I don't know off the top of my head, but there is groundwater in the area. Mainly since the area is, we're assuming, relatively pretty flat, and the tile doesn't extend all the way out to capture all that groundwater. But they did experience, or we did see it in section 1 a little bit, but it is accounted for in our borings. And
will the houses to be built there be able to have basements? Or will they be below the, huh?
Will not build any basements.
No basements?
Nope,
Okay.
not on this site.
Pardon me?
Not on this site because of groundwater.
Because of groundwater, yeah. Okay. Will algae and stuff like that be a problem in this pond? I mean,
We'll have a professional service taking care of it, treating it.
okay.
Jones Fish, have you heard of them? Yeah, I use them in other developments, and they come out monthly and treat it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so we'll take care of it, so it remains a nice amenity for the development.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the HOA.
It's part of,
The expense of that would be an HOA expense. We would, even though the HOA is not really gonna, have ownership of the pond because it's gonna be part of the regulated drain system, we'll still maintain it and it'll be paid for by the HOA.
yeah.
Well, I'll make a motion that we accept and approve the drainage schematic, I guess, that's been presented for the Bowen property phase 2, 3, and 4.
Are you satisfied with it, Bob?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion made and seconded to approve for the Bowen Estates 2, 3, and 4 for the drainage plan they have presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Come.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for taking all my questions.
That's good.
Appreciate it.
I do need to shake this guy's hand.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
How are you?
It's good to see you, man.
It's good seeing you at one time. Yeah, count your blessings.
Now, if you need to get going.
Probably.
Greg and I,
Familiar to me. How do I?
Greg Malakis from
We've
Lafayette.
got quite a
His
bit yet to
uncle
go.
had
Um,
Fifth Street
We
coating.
continue to
Remember the
work
Fifth
on
Street
it.
coating?
I have to leave about 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that was his
Okay.
uncle.
You can go ahead.
Okay, okay.
He and I spent time at the bank together years and years ago.
Look at him, think, this guy I've seen before.
So I just need to ask them to, can I ask you to approve the settlement claims for the other counties?
What's the question?
Yeah, see, where are
The
they?
settlement claims for the legal drains that we're paying other counties to
Oh.
maintain.
What's the process for doing that? How do,
Well,
Do you have a copy of
we
this?
provide the claims, we fill them out, and then you folks sign them.
No, they don't have to sign
Oh.
anything. You already did. They just approve
Oh,
our sending it out.
there you go, okay.
Okay, this
Please.
is for the other counties, what?
You know, it's a settlement that came in. The
They
assessment
come into
money.
us.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
money coming into
yeah.
us.
They're joint drains.
Right,
So,
okay.
so you need a motion from us.
yes, please,
Send those.
to send, then it's okay to send the settlement claims.
I'll make a motion that we approve settlement claims for the shared drains with other counties.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to send to other counties for shared drains, back to Carroll County. Our part, all in favor?
All right.
Aye?
Aye, motion carried.
Thank you. Okay. Let's get back on our agenda. Next is Camp Tecumseh. They're building they're doing some work on their leadership facility. See if I can find that. Yeah. Okay. Here's. Okay. Give you an idea. Here's Springboro Road. Of course, that's the county line right here. The west county line. There's Tecumseh Bend Road. Here's the Tecumseh Pond. Camp Tecumseh Pond. Here's their leadership facility, okay? That's a little bigger picture of it. Basically, what they're doing is removing this parking lot, redoing that. And so I really don't have an issue with it. I mean, they might be increasing the runoff just a little bit, but it's all gonna go into their own pond. So I don't see an issue with it. I don't know how much. plan. They're just taking out this
How
little
long?
parking lot here. Here's the building.
Yeah.
Pond's down here. County Road is up here, and it takes that real sharp bend right here.
So they're putting a parking lot back in there again, or? Guess you're gonna show us, huh? Where's the building now on that?
Building's
Oh, I see it
Right
down
there.
there.
So redoing their parking lot?
basically in the parking lot.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with
Yeah,
that.
so I,
Yeah.
That would be nice.
so I just asked for your approval
Motion.
for that.
I'll make a motion that we approve the plans that were presented by our surveyor for Camp Tecumseh.
Second.
Motion made and second to approve the adjustment at Camp Tecumseh for the parking lot at the Leadership Building site. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, the legal drain on-off list.
Yeah, I see that.
Pardon?
I see it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it.
Currently, we have all the legal drains on except one. And I'm asking for that one to be turned on as well, because I just, went out and inspected that. And it's gonna cost some money to fix it. And that's the Homburg. The Homburg is way over at the very northeast corner of the county. Here's 1,000 north,
Yeah, county line.
and State Road 29 is right over here, where my pin is. And it's an open ditch, and it, also goes into Cass County. And I went out and took some pictures, just to give you an idea. As you can see, it's not in terrible shape, but it does have some ponding. You can see where the side slopes are sloughing.
Okay.
Okay. The section down here really needs maintenance, could use maintenance right now. Okay, that needs dredged from here to here. And then also, we need to do something about the culvert crossing here.
Is that an open ditch?
It's an open ditch
Okay.
up into,
Cass County.
about a mile into Cass County. It turns into a tile for about a 3/4 of a mile. Okay, so this is a picture of this area down here. And you can, you can see
That is.
it's got standing water in it. It's got a lot of ponding in it. The sides, like I say, are sloughing down. Here's right in front of the culvert. This is looking south. Right here, looking south from 900 north. So that tells me, because it's on the downstream side, that it's getting pushed and it's not able to flow, okay? That's why it's ponding here.
Yeah. It
Okay?
was,
It's getting through the culvert and it's stopping.
yeah.
And so that's the issue there. Now that's upstream. On the other side of that culvert looking north, see, that looks fine. And this is that culvert at 925 north. It's right here, okay? This culvert really needs replaced. For whatever reason, they put this culvert, they offset the culvert from the ditch in an effort to make the culvert shorter, so you wouldn't have to put as long a culvert in there. And they've ended up having to drive sheet piling to save the bank, instead of just adding another 4 feet to the culvert when they put it in. So, I assume they had problems at the time, couldn't get the culvert, or I don't know, whatever. But, here's the culvert.
Yeah.
And this is the other side. And you can see the ditch center line is over here.
Yeah.
They put the culvert
Oh,
over
over
there.
No wonder it washed out there.
Yeah, and you can see, this edge is collapsing. They had to drive sheet piling in there to protect the bank. And then they've got the farmers help with erosion control here, but putting all the rocks there. But, you can see what it's done. It hasn't allowed that channel to keep clean because of this obstruction. Essentially, you're turning the water and you're slowing it down. That's what happens. And then this is on further north. It's not too bad. I mean, this is you can see this was once a bituminous coated culvert. But it's not in great shape, but that needs current maintenance. So that's why I'd like to get that one turned on. Currently, I think it's got about $50,000 in.
Yeah, it's got about 51,000.
Yeah.
It says it's on now, it's not.
Huh?
It says on now.
Well, I think,
That one's off.
Beth just flipped that on the,
All right. So what do you think about,
on that.
you turn that on, that's gonna give you about $8,700 a year.
Right. That's my only request. I'd like to keep the other ones on and turn this one on and, try to build up some money in these accounts so we can actually do something.
It's
What number?
106.
601. I got 601. Oh, 106, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring one number.
Yeah,
Homburg,
see Homburg.
yeah.
See Homburg.
Homburg.
I was looking on the outside on the tax number, that's for her.
Question, Mr. Chairman.
That's,
Is the amount that's in, is it more than 4 times the annual maintenance?
no, well,
It is more than 4 times?
Right.
That's why it's supposed to automatically go off. So
Well,
only
they
50,000.
have changed that.
they have changed that?
They have changed that. The County Surveyors Association is recommending against that now
Got it.
because
Cost.
4 times the assessment isn't getting enough.
It isn't getting it done, is it?
Isn't getting enough money in there to do anything. That's why we had to turn so many on last year was because, you know, we had some of them that were flipped off because they had $4,000 in them.
It'll save you
You
getting
know?
whiplash, turn them off and on all the
Yeah.
time.
Exactly.
$5 an acre currently, if you turn it on. $8,700.
But if you look down through there, 90% of these drains all have less than $10,000 in their account. And we just can't do much with $10,000
On this day and age.
today. And yeah, that's 4 times or more, but yeah, the County Surveyors Association is actually trying to change that in the state drainage code to even get that removed, because it just doesn't apply anymore. Getting somebody out there for $50 just doesn't happen anymore.
Oh.
Well, I suppose I'll make a motion that we allow the surveyor to turn on drain 601 Homburg drain.
Do you have to give notice on that, Bob?
No,
You just turn it back on? Okay. I wasn't sure, I just want to make sure people get a surprise in their tax bill.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to turn the rate back on County Drain 106, the Hamburg Drain. It'll be turned on this year.
Is it
yes,
106 or 601?
106.
106.
106, okay.
Yeah, I was looking through.
Okay, gotcha.
Still to the right. All in favor of that?
Aye?
Aye, motion carried.
Thank you.
How many years has that been off?
You know, I don't know.
Didn't say there, so he probably wouldn't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
The last maintenance that I saw done on it was actually like 2020, 2005. And the section had been cleaned out. So that's been a problem. That section has been a problem. So it's been 20 years since we cleaned that one.
Yeah. It's not that long ago, but it is. It is.
New work orders, we have 3. Then going over the mileage for the month of October, 80.9, November, 234.8, December, 148.6. And then, approval to pay for our GIS agreement with Snyder. And this is where we are in the middle of redefining each of the watersheds. And what we're doing is they're using LiDAR mapping. So we have the contour of the ground, outlays, and so we can more accurately determine the watersheds so that we can tell people whether they're in the watershed or not, you know.
So that'll change a lot of the numbers on here, or?
It could change some of the numbers.
Bring up some questions anyway.
You know, some of the watersheds are definitely looking different.
That will be on the Bacon Snyder on our, have access to that
Correct.
at home.
Well, once I approve them, then it'll get switched on to the one that everybody else
Yeah,
can
okay.
see.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
right now, we have working watersheds, and that's what this program does. It develops those working watersheds utilizing the LiDAR maps, the LiDAR contours. And, you know, we're finding significant differences in what has traditionally been, you know, the watershed for this basin
Right.
versus what actually is flowing there. And, you know, I mean, I have, had a little old lady up on the lane that came in to me last fall and said, you know, my property's always been charged for this watershed, and I don't drain that way.
Yes, you knew that.
Okay.
And, and, you know, so I got to looking into it, and I agreed with her, so I had Schneider map it, and completely right, she's right.
Don't
She's been
mind
paying
sending it to
assessment
me.
on that for years.
Uh,
You know, so you know,
We'll
lot
let
of
you
the-
know if she got it. She
I
can't
don't know
figure it
how they
out.
developed
I
this,
think
but they,
she'll-
you know, back in the
So-
day when they did these,
We may-
when they created these drains, they did a tremendous job.
He's gonna be.
You know, really for what they had and what they had to work with,
Good.
they did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
But we've got an
That's
opportunity
why I said that.
to make it much more accurate. So
Fine, tweak it.
I think, you know, it behooves us to do it. Get the right people paying for the money, for the,
It's
for
gonna take
maintenance
time.
on the
Anyway.
drains.
How did they do it originally?
Huh.
I assume they went out and did some rough topography, you know, by hand.
By hand,
At the scope and a level rock,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would assume.
yeah.
That's the only way, you know, that they would have had, the only means they would have had. It would have taken a lot of manual labor
Yeah, oh, yeah.
to do that, because,
Can't
you
get
know,
anybody to do it that way today.
yeah,
Well, this is just gonna be another layer on Beacon Snyder.
well, it'll replace the watershed layers, you know, one by one, as
Okay.
we do each
Right,
watershed.
okay,
We'll replace that watershed in Beacon Schneider.
okay. So I figured.
And then obviously, you know, as we do that, then the next follow-up is we have to notify anyone if we're adding acreage,
Adding or subtracting, either one.
not subtracting. We don't have to notify them if we subtract acreage.
Okay.
Only if we add.
Only if we add
Yeah,
it.
they'll increase
Okay,
their
so I
tax
mean,
rate.
that's why I was trying to get a lot more money out of the council for letters, for postage. But we may have to just go back to it, for that. But, yeah, we have to notify, and you know, there may be property owners that, are not even listed on there that are now that are part of the watershed.
That's true.
So,
Have to bring them in.
Well,
We need approval.
I'll make a motion that we approve,
Is there a dollar figure on there?
$7,752.
7,700, because I can't see it from here. $7,752.
make a motion that we approve, the bill to Schneider Beacon, for license and maintenance of $77.52. And I assume the council budgeted that for you?
Yeah, that's in the budget.
Very good.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion made and seconded to approve the Schneider drain license maintenance GIS of $7,752. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
Thank you. Okay.
Year
End of
end
year report.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, if you want, I can just rattle through this. 2025 work orders were 17. Carryover work orders into 2026, there are 6. Completed work orders, we had 29. Of the 6 remaining work orders, 1 requires extensive ditch clearing, 1 requires a DNR wetland permit, 2 require open ditch dredging, several are saving up for the repairs, and several will require spraying again in 2026. We have 16 drains in the red, but 3 should be out within the year. We spent $247,680.56 on work orders this last year. Of that, $69,490.88 came from the Drain Improvement Fund 2702. We paid back to the 2702 Improvement Fund $86,671.81 from settlement in 2025. So we made a little bit of a gain, almost $20,000. We replaced 5,374 feet of tile and sprayed 39.5 miles of ditch bank. That's one side, so if you want to think about, that's 80 miles of ditch bank if you consider one side and go back the other.
Mm-hmm.
We used 6 contractors for tile and ditch maintenance this year. Oz Excavating, John Lilly Excavating, Geyser Excavating, Gross Lawn Care, Dalton's, and MC Excavation. We issued 196 building permit drainage reviews, of which, and 6 alcohol permits. Collected $7,100 in permit fees for 2025 and now have a total of $43,375 in that fund. That's the fund that's earmarked for the vehicle.
Okay.
The surveyor reviewed drainage plan for 5 projects, and the drainage board has approved 4 of them last year. 1 project has to resubmit for approval, and that's the one over there on Springboro Road. Just about the dam where the Oakdale Dam is. Along Springboro. Cornerstone Perpetuation Fund generated $17,700 in 2025. We spent $20,000 in perpetuating 18 section corners. With a year-end balance, we have $149,453.02 in the section corner perpetuation fund. We received $56,694.63 in interest from investment in county drainage funds last year. So,
Pretty decent return.
Good.
and so respectfully submit the year-end report. Do you have any questions?
What's the cost for a liquor, for an alcohol permit?
$100.
$100. And there you verify the address, right?
Correct.
How many of those do we still have unused in the county? Any?
I don't do that. I just
Right.
Okay.
Unused permits in the county.
Permits in the county.
They change this every year, you know, they fiddle with it. But traditionally, there's no number of permits for the county. They are only city permits, incorporated areas. They have a, this is how many you can have in Delphi.
Okay, gotcha.
In the county, they can grant however they want to, but it must be, there are several things. It must be like in a community, that has been known by a certain name and for like 50 years or 40 years or something like that. In other words, you can't just go out to your farm and,
I can't put up a roadhouse?
no, it's gotta be in Pittsburgh, Cutler, Rockfield,
Got
things
it.
like that.
No, you could just give your liquor away, you don't have to sell it.
Yeah,
Well, that's true, yeah.
He could have a winery or a brewery, couldn't he?
could have a brewery.
I don't know.
Got one over on 750.
I was gonna say,
I don't know how that
those are
how that
out in the
works.
county, aren't they? Not in a,
Montana Farms, I haven't
Yeah.
been there, I've heard good things about the place.
Do they have retail sales there?
Well, it's a brewery, so yeah,
yeah.
imagine just their product, I don't know.
No, then they'd have to get a permit.
In Arvin, is it Arvin Winery?
That's Arvin Acres?
Arvin Acres?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Is it? Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah, all we do is certify the address. They ask us to, if for whatever reason, the state came up with, the surveyor's job is to do that. So,
I imagine you
So-
get into cities like that and they'll put it on a different address.
you can have a distillery now.
I was gonna say, so my
Some places they have-
coiled copper lines don't,
Yeah,
see,
he's pecs now.
yeah,
I don't know how that goes on distilleries.
and
where
my
you can
thumb,
put 'em
my
and all
thumb
that.
keg.
There's one in Kirkland, next to the restaurant. Distillery.
A distillery?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What's the name?
Mel.
Brookers? or-
Booker's.
No, Travelers Point. Travelers Point
Is it right next
Distillery.
to Booker's there?
His tasting room
There,
is.
okay.
He went out at the stoplight, if you go east,
Yeah,
a
38.
couple, 2 or 3 blocks, there was an old, I think it was an old elevator
Oh,
that he, because there's an old barn where he keeps his barrels,
I've been back in
where
there.
he ages his barrels. It's, Mel Litton, Joanne Litton, the old
Yeah.
before,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
her husband.
Oh, her husband doing that?
Uh-huh, he was a wood buyer,
Okay.
and somebody said, well, he had a recipe. He goes, how old's your recipe? Or how long have you been making whiskey?
Yeah.
He said, well, my grandpappy did it, my daddy did it, and now I'm doing it. And maybe even his great-grandpappy.
In the family,
I
yeah.
mean, that's how old the recipe for this stuff, because he's straight out of the hills of eastern Kentucky. Oh, gosh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep, he
I'd like
sure
to know a
is.
lot more about how to distill.
a distiller.
But he makes bourbon, and there are parameters, I'm aware, for bourbon versus whiskey.
Yeah.
Bourbon's gotta be made with at least 51% corn. The temperature, when it cooks, has to be within a certain parameter of degrees, and there are about 6 or 7 it's gotta be aged at least 2 years,
In oak.
I think, in oak,
In oak.
in order to become bourbon versus whiskey.
Yeah. You have to
There's
clean it.
6 or 7 parameters that you
fall.
have to jump through to be considered bourbon versus whiskey.
So you can make bourbon in Indiana, or here's Kentucky, but
Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah.
Well, we have better corn up here anyway. Let's start with that.
GMOs,
Well, Kokomo Grain out of
Yeah.
Kokomo,
it goes down to beans.
they bought a bunch of elevators in and around Tennessee, Lynchburg,
Yeah.
and they used to supply all the corn for Jack Daniels.
They don't anymore.
I don't think they do any longer. They sold those I think they sold those elevators.
Is it certain kind of corn that has to go to somebody like Jack?
I would think, yeah, I would think.
I don't think sweet corn would have higher starch.
It would, yeah, it would.
Ferment better, I would think.
Takes a lot of sugar.
Anyway, okay, surveyor's office update, drainage accounts interest, October was $3,427. November, $3,682.35. December, $4,282.77. And the year to date, I just said above, it's $56,694.63. October permits 18, November 20, December 7, and again, the year-end report, $7,100 for year-to-date permit fees. And our next meeting is February 16th at 11.
Okay. That's Bob's report. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
And I like the interest on there. Like that in your report. Is there anything else to be brought before the board? If not, then I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and second for adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion, meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Ted.
If we had more time, maybe we could come up with some recipes for.
I have shows on that to show you how to do it
yeah.
even.
Yeah. How was that the old guy down in, Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Popcorn Sutton?
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yeah.
I don't-
He's passed now, but he was an old moonshiner down there.
Not sure very much yet.
John Fry,
Just unplug it.
he's passed now too. He's one of our senior people in Cutler.
Oh, yeah.
I just loved him. But he used to tell me different spots where the stills used to be around back in those days. I said, well, we're bootleggers.
Randy, how you doing?
I said, "Not same as drug dealers now," and he said, pretty close.
I shut that. Hold it down, stop. So I'm done.
Well, I gotta get going.
Yeah, you've got rehab, don't you?
Yes, I do have.
Stop the streaming. Okay.